just gone to the milk to get. I've just gone to the milk to get some fridge. I've just gone to the fridge to get some milk. And realised we don't actually have any milk left, so I don't have any milk for my cereal. And I don't have anything else I could eat for breakfast. Dry cereal for breakfast. Yay. We're up to day 50. Day 50 of consistency. Wow, I didn't think I'd get this far. And yet here I am. Here I am, day 50 in. Not only is it day 50, it's day 29 of the 30-day abs challenge that I'm part of. And one thing I actually like about this 30-day abs challenge is I don't actually have to do any of the abs exercises today or tomorrow, which is quite nice. So as far as I'm concerned, the abs challenge has finished. My check-in's on Tuesday, so I'll worry about that on Tuesday. I'll worry about my weight on Tuesday. I'm still tired. I'm not slept well. I've got a lot to do this morning. I've got a whole day of walks. I could shrink it down into 2, but that would mean a lot of driving, which I just cannot be faffed with. Cereal. Who wants dry cereal for breakfast? No one. No one wants dry cereal for breakfast. Dry cereal's a snack. I've got a lot to get done today. As well as do my treats and everything this morning for the dogs, as well as go on my walks. I need to hopefully try and attempt to build a clothing rack for my voiceover area, and that's try and dampen some of the sound that happens in the close vicinity. I also ideally I need to try and put my bar up as well, but I might save that for Tuesday or Wednesday. Not decided yet. All my panels have fell down again. All my panels have fell down again. I physically can't get them to stay on those walls. I don't know what it is about those walls, about the tape. I cannot get them to stay up. Physically cannot get them to do it. It's driving me insane. I also need to check my bank account to make sure I can actually afford new paneling, because that paneling I've got is way too thin. It's not having any effect whatsoever. Ooh, they're 5 centimetre thick. They might work. Ooh, and they come in a range of colours. I can get blue, I can get grey, I can even get red. Red cheapest, actually. So much I need to do. So much I need to do. So much I need to do. But I do want to try and get my voiceover studio up and running sooner rather than later. It's already been 3 months since I decided I want to do it, and it's barely made any progress because everything's just going wrong. Half these panels are not even close to thick enough. I don't get it. I can't worry about that right now. I need to do my exercises. I need to do a lot of video editing because I am really behind on my video editing. And then I don't know really what to do. I'm going to stop babbling because that's all I'm doing right now. I'm just babbling, and I don't know why I'm just babbling. I'm going to go walk the dogs, or I'm going to shop some treats and then I'm going to walk the dogs now, as well as sit here and eat my plastic cereal. I'll see you in a bit. So I've been wearing these shoes for about 3 weeks now, and they have been fecking great. Very water resistant. They're not waterproof by any means, but they are very water resistant. They're sturdy. They don't slip very easily. I feel... The dogs are playing tug of war. I feel comfortable in them. I've finally broken them in. They've taken about 3 weeks to break in, but they are finally broken in, and they are wonderfully comfy. I don't have any issues with problems with my ankles. They allow my ankles to work really, really well. Sorry, I'm having to try and keep an eye on the dogs at the same time here. They've got really good grip when out and about in terrain like this, where it's dead muddy and it's not too bad. I can feel the floor, I can feel my feet, even though they've got quite a thick sole. They've got really good grip. They have difficulty on like marble surfaces and stuff like that. Go. I'm about to get whacked with sticks. I'm about to get whacked with a stick. Please, no whacking. No whacking. No whacking with sticks. That's it. Play tug of war with Enzo instead. No, she's just going to rip it apart. But out in terrain like this, when you're in the middle of a forest, middle of the woodlands, you can feel the ground underneath your feet. You can feel when it's uneven. You can feel when it's not necessarily sturdy. You can feel where you've got grip. You can feel where you've haven't got grip, so you can adjust yourself really easy because of the flexibility in the boot and in the sole. If you do slip, it's really easy to readjust yourself. I've not had a single issue with knee problems or hip problems or... Tug of war's on again. I've not had any problems with my ankles. I've not had any issues whatsoever so far today. So here we go, we've got one each now. These shoes have been great, I cannot fault them, and this is why I enjoy Vivo Barefoot so much. Like, yes, they're expensive, but they are very, very good, high quality, and I cannot fault them for that. It's now 8:30 at night, and just in time for me to do my training. I say just in time. I don't know why, I always end up doing my training around 8 o'clock-ish. or in this case at 8:30. I don't know why. I either like to do it first thing in the morning or late at night. At the moment, late at night seems to be best. That is my mobility training done. Now to do just a little bit of strength training, just because I am a bit low on energy today, but that's my own fault, because after my dinner I decided to finish off some ice cream that I had in the freezer. Treated ourselves to it the weekend, and that's left me a little low on energy. It's the only downside is that sugar makes you feel so good, but it leaves you so low in energy. It really does. It literally, when I try and exercise after I've had sugar, I always feel like I've already run 10 kilometers before I've actually tried to do anything. Anyway, that's my mobility training done. So now I'm gonna do my plank challenge to see how far I've improved on my plank, or if I've improved on my plank at all for part of the abs challenge. And then we are going to do just a little bit of strength training. I might just do one set of each like I have been doing. Ideally I need to do more than one set, but I've just not got the strength in me today. Thanks to that ice cream. I blame the ice cream. go. I've done my strength training exercise now. There's only one more thing I want to attempt to do tonight, which is a frog stand, which I really need to start putting the training in for because I'm not putting the training in for it right now. And it is one of my mini goals, so I need to try and work towards that. So I'm gonna give it a go now. Plus side, I got my feet off the floor. Not for very long, but I got my feet off the floor. That's the start. So I'm going to go get a shower now, then chop up some treats and then head to bed. I've got another long day tomorrow, so I'll see you guys in a few seconds, or for me it'll be the next morning. So it is day 51. Been a busy day. I'm tired. Just finished my BSL class. I forgot to record any of it, to be honest. It's going to be a very boring night because I'm just going to sit here and video edit after I finish munching on my vegan goo. I lead such an interesting life, don't I? It's now Wednesday morning and I've woke up feeling a bit rough. Birthday party we went to this weekend. 3 members of the family have come down with COVID. Like I said, I've woke up feeling a bit groggy today. So is Jason. I've got quite a sore throat and it feels like one of my glands might be swollen. So I decided to take a test and so far we're looking negative. Isn't COVID. I'm gonna test again tomorrow just to be sure. But I need to sort out so much stuff. I need to get the girls' food sorted. I need to chop treats for the dogs. I've got a long but small day today, so we'll see how it goes. I'm so tired. Did not sleep well at all last night. Bless you. It is now Wednesday. It's technically, in fact no it's not, it's Friday. It's actually Friday. I've not actually vlogged for the last few days because I've been super busy with work, and then when I got home I had every intention of doing my exercise on Wednesday and I just physically couldn't. I can't really explain it. I just didn't have any energy. I was tired. I was struggling to stay awake. So I didn't end up doing any exercise on Wednesday like I'd hoped. Then tried to do that exercise on Thursday and just ended up having too many other things to do. I had a load of stuff for work to do, so I didn't technically finish work because I was doing all the admin and stuff until 9 o'clock at night. By that time I was tired, I was getting ready for bed. So I did a very brief little bit of video editing before carrying on. That's how my last 2 days have gone. On top of that, we found out that one of Jason's relatives tested positive for COVID on Monday after we seen them at the weekend. Jason's mum and dad had also come down with COVID, and Jason's now tested positive for COVID as well. I've tested negative for the last 2 days, but I do still have a sore throat, so I think I may have a potentially mild case of it, but hopefully my body's just getting over it and fighting it like normal. Plan for today: do the dishes, because usually Jason does the dishes. He actually does quite a lot of the housework, to be honest, but I'm in a bit of a more productive mood today, now that I've had a couple of days rest. Go to work. I've only got a short day at work today. I've got one big group walk, and then I've got 2 solos. And then when I get home from work, I believe we're going to Costco, because we need to do a bit of shopping, or we might be going to Costco, because we need to do a bit of shopping. And then I might actually have time to do my exercises, because I've only done one on Monday so far this week. But I'm still classing it as consistency because I'm still eating right. I'm still watching what I'm eating. I'm still not eating enough veg. Nowhere near. We also barely have any food left in the house that isn't carbs or protein. I feel like I should have something to talk about while doing this, because that's what a lot of other vloggy people do, isn't it? Usually when they do something more menial and just chill sort of thing, like doing the dishes, they usually have something to talk about. I'll be honest, other than what I've already mentioned, I can't actually really think of anything to talk about. Usually when I do the dishes, I actually have loads of things on my mind. I'm usually planning my next video, I'm usually planning Parrot's next video, working out what I've got to do for work, working out what the hell is going on with work, what dogs I've got, what order I should do them in. It's a lot easier today with it only being the one group, and then also just 2 solos makes it a lot easier. My brain's not really working this morning. For once it's actually not thinking about much. I can guarantee as soon as I turn off the camera, I'll think of about 20 different things I want to talk about. Or I'll just sit here mumbling, singing. But truth be told, I'm actually trying to catch up on my YouTube video, because my watch later is up to 300 again. But at the moment, I am watching Journey Across Japan from Abroad in Japan, which is one of my favourite YouTubers. There you go, a bit of information you probably didn't know about me. One of my favourite YouTubers is Abroad in Japan. And I need to get breakfast, and I need to chop treats. Oh, I've got so much to do today. I feel like this is me every day now. This is me every single day now. I wake up already tired, thinking about what I've got to do for the rest of the day, and just thinking to myself, I have so much to fucking do and I don't have enough time today to do it all. And then when it comes around to actually doing it, not only do I find I don't have enough time, I don't have the energy for it by the time I get to the end of the day. This is one of the reasons I'm actually doing the dishes now, because it's first thing in the morning, I have energy, and this is one of the reasons why I want to start working out in the morning as well, because I have more energy in the morning, and if I get it done in the morning, then it's done, it's dusted, it's out the way, whereas if I wait till the afternoon, I'll be KO'd, I won't be able to physically function. I still can't get myself up early enough. How the hell I used to get up for work at 5 and 6 a.m. in the morning, I will never know, because I really can't do it now. No matter how much I try. No matter how much I try, I physically could not get myself up at 5 and 6 o'clock in the morning anymore. I don't get it. I don't get why I was able to do it all those years. For night shifts and for everything else, and yet now my body's like, nope, can't cope with these early mornings no more. And to be honest, that's one of the reasons I'm actually hoping this YouTube channel starts doing well. And one of the reasons I hope my Parrot's YouTube channel starts doing well, because I would love to be able to do YouTube full time. Or not even necessarily YouTube full time, but have YouTube as like an actual income, which it is definitely not right now. Then have voiceover as an income, which would be really nice. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon, sadly. It's one of those, I don't exactly make entertaining videos, do I? I don't exactly make videos that people want to watch for long periods of time. I don't exactly make videos that are engaging and enriching. See, I told you I'd find something to natter about eventually. I end up making videos that are more for me. It's just me, my daily life, and feeling like I'm actually talking to someone, feeling like I'm having a conversation. So that's the kind of videos I want to make. It's the kind of videos I like making. And then obviously calisthenics on the side, because I do like my calisthenics training. I do like my bodyweight training, and I want to do more of it. I just don't get much of an opportunity to do more of it, sadly. I would love to do more of it. And I think that's my problem. I would love to be able to work from home, have a schedule that I completely control. I can wake up when I want, I can work when I want, I can chill out when I want. There's no stress, there's no expectations or high expectations. I can just do things as I see fit. Even with voice acting, if I can get my voiceover studio set up, which I've got a lot of the components now. I've ordered some new foam, I've got the thing I still need to set up. Jason's trying to get me a divider from his work to try and help me with it as well. We've got so much going on. I really want to try and get or start applying for auditions by August, so I've got myself a limit or a date set. As of yet, my studio isn't even set up, so I'm not doing very well in that respect. I so badly want to get my studio set up. If I'm not working, I'm video editing. If I'm not video editing, I'm recording. If I'm not recording, I'm exercising. And then if I find time between all of that, then I may have time to actually work on my voiceover studio or actually work on some voiceover stuff. It's just not enough time in the day, and that doesn't even include all the time I need to spend practicing my languages. Working is not easy. Working and then trying to actually do other work is not easy. But I'm not going to bore you guys anymore. I've been talking probably long enough at this point. I'm going to continue watching Cobra and Bridge while I do the dishes, and I will see you hopefully at the end of the day when I do my exercises.
Be the origin of these unidentified flying objects, first created over 60 years ago.
So finally home for my long day. That day ended up being a lot longer than it should have been due to traffic. Quaffle, you're not going to kill the camera. Lyra, you're not going to kill Quaffle. You two girls, just... the joys of parrots and hormone season. Thank you. Yeah, that's enough. To be fair, Lyra, you deserve that. You started it. Oh, right. We've actually ordered some takeaway. We've ordered some sushi. I say sushi. I've ordered a salmon teriyaki poke bowl. Jason's ordered ramen. It's not really sushi, but we've ordered it from one of our favourite Japanese restaurants where we live, which there isn't actually many Japanese restaurants where we live, so we're quite grateful that this one even exists. And I'm going to give myself a challenge. I've potentially got until approximately 6:10 in order to try and get my exercises done before the food arrives. It's currently 5:45, so I need to try and get at least my mobility exercises done before the food arrives. So here we go. You're on the wrong side. So I've got halfway through my SMM session, or my mobility training session, and food's just arrived. Sushi! I do love the sushi. Zoom is actually quite good. It's quite nice. We are going to eat, and then I'm going to finish my mobility training. I'm going to finish off where I started, just so I say I've done it. So sushi's all finished, and that was absolutely delicious. It always is. It's always not amazing 10-star quality, but it's thoroughly enjoyable and satisfying. We don't really get it very often because it's quite an expensive takeout. Sushi is never cheap. We only really get to treat ourselves to it maybe once a month at best. I don't actually think we've had it since before Christmas. I think before Christmas was the last time we had it. I've given my food 10 minutes to settle. Now I'm just going to need to finish my mobility training, and then I think that's all I'm going to do today because we've got a big run tomorrow. I'm going to have to do some strength training tomorrow, so I'm just going to finish my mobility, and then I'm going to play some Pal World with Jason because Friday nights is Pal World night. No big one thing then. There we go, I've done my exercises for the day. Even though I've not done any strength training, I do not have the energy. My food has gone in, well, my body has gone into food coma after that sushi. It was so good. So So I'm going to chill out now, play some paddle with Jason, and I will see park run tomorrow morning. And then I've actually got most of the day free. Well, let me rephrase that. I'm going to see if Jason wants to do anything together first tomorrow. If he doesn't, then I have lots to get on with. Happy girl right now at all. Got up this morning. It's Saturday, by the way. Hi. I don't know why I say hi, because for you guys this is still the same video, but it's Saturday and I got up early, ready for park run, like I have been doing for a while now. And I got up on time. I got up at 8 o'clock, and when I got up at 8, I had a message from a newer Pioneer owner who was having a bit of difficulty. It makes me giggle because I don't want to judge people, but a lot of new Parrot owners seem to think they're going to be just like dogs or cats, and they're going to accept them straight away, and they're going to start loving them and liking them. They don't realise or don't understand why things aren't working quite the same way as it does with a dog or a cat. So for example, one of the things she was struggling with when they first got them, they wouldn't come near them, the parrot wouldn't come near them, they were terrified of them. They were like, we don't know what to do. I'm like, you've told me you did your research. You're meant to know exactly what to do if you've done your research. But they were insistent they didn't know what to do. So I told them exactly what they needed to do, what the bird's thinking, what the bird's feeling, how would you feel in that situation, how to build trust, how to build bond. I gave them as much information as I physically could that may help them. And they've been telling me since then they've been doing really, really well. They've built some friendship, they've built some trust. They've got the parrot stepping up, it likes them, it's starting to like the female a lot. I was like, great, brilliant, no problem. And she said then they've come into a bit of a snag. And that snag, cold. You can't see my breath. I can see my breath. You guys can't see my breath. Are you seriously drinking water from the grass? Yeah? Is that what you're doing? Drinking water from the grass? And you have a full bowl of water? The person then told me that the parrot got introduced to her family quite recently, which was new people that had never met before. Now keep in mind, this is a brand new parrot. I don't even think they've had it a week or two yet. The parrot naturally got scared, got edgy, and so she removed the parrot from the situation and put it in its own room. That's already mistake number one. Unless the parrot is physically attacking, if it's not feeling comfortable, just put it high up where it feels safer and it can just watch from a distance. They feel much better when you do that. I decided not to call her out on that, but just carried on reading the message, and she was saying that ever since the parrot has been very grumpy, been very angsty, been very not as willing to interact, etc. And she said they've been fluffing up for fusses, but then biting her when she goes to give the fusses. I'm like, okay, so are you sure it's fluffing up for scritches and not fluffing up for anger? Because they're very similar, but they have ever so slight differences. So I explained the differences of the feathers and what's the difference between angry feathers and happy feathers or scritchy feathers. So hopefully she's going to assess that a bit better. I then also pointed out, if you're asking them to step up and then they're flying off, that means they're uncomfortable, they're not happy, they have lost a bit of trust in you. So why are you forcing them to step up if they don't want to? In that situation, you need to do the opposite. You need to rebuild that trust. You need to start from scratch and rebuild that step up, rebuild that trust that you somehow lost. She also said that on one occasion when she got the parrot to step up, the parrot lunged at her a couple of times, and then when it did finally step up, it bit her on the thumb. And she was surprised by this. I'm like, why are you surprised by this? The parrot was very clearly telling you that it did not want to be interacted with. It did not want to step up. It did not want to be near you at that time. It wanted some space. And you're forcing an interaction, of course it's going to feckin' bite you when the interaction finally takes place. Like, on top of that, the species that you have are naturally grumpier than some of the other species in the genus. So of course it's going to be grumpier. Sorry, this is probably very boring for you lot, but parrots are one of my, like, specialities in a way. But anyway, she was pointing out a lot of very obvious things, but they're very obvious to me, not necessarily in newer owner. So I tried to point out all the different things it could be. It's like, have you changed your hair? Have you changed your nails? Do you look different in some way with your makeup? Like, do you visibly look any different to make it think that you may be an imposter? On top of that, don't force an interaction. If you force an interaction with a parrot, it will bite. This is standard knowledge. So I tried to give as much advice as I could. Where was I going with this tangent? Oh yeah, gave as much advice as I could, but the amount of time it took to type out that message was about 20 minutes, give or take. So that automatically put me slightly later than I wanted. Got dressed, ready for park run, got to about 8:30, like right, let's go downstairs, put my shoes on. I got stuck on a mini doom scroll on Facebook, I think it was TikTok because I was talking to that girl. Anyway, I got stuck on a mini doom scroll, so I ended up procrastinating for 5 or 10 minutes, looked at my clock, realised it was 8:40 by this point, and I was like, right, okay, I've still got time to get to park run. Jumped out of my house, and it said jumped out of my car then, I wasn't in my car at the time, I was still in my house. Jumped out of the house, went to go to the car, and my car was completely frozen over. And I thought, it's okay, it'll only take 5 minutes to defrost. I can do that in 5 minutes, I'll still have time to get there. Fully defrosted the car, which took longer than 5 minutes, actually took 10. And I remember thinking to myself, if I'm really quick, I might get there just as it starts. Like, it usually starts between 9 and 9:05. So I thought, if I'm lucky and they start late, I've got a chance. I've got a chance of getting there still. So I jumped back in my car, only to realise that the entirety of the inside of the car was also frozen. So that was going to take me, it takes a lot longer to defrost the inside of the car as well, because you have to be careful where the ice drops so it doesn't land on the seats and cause damp and mould and everything. I very quickly realised I was not making it to park run today, which really annoyed me, it really frustrated me, because I've been so good at being consistent. And I'm not knocking it as consistency, because what I'm going to do, it may have actually been a, whatchamacallit, can't remember the word, when something happens for a reason, when it's fate and stuff. It may have been a blessing in disguise, that's what I'm trying to say. May have been a blessing in disguise, because it's actually quite icy out today. It's, as you can probably tell by the fact my car was frozen. It's very, very icy out today, so because it's very icy out today, it's very slippy underfoot. Because it's very slippy underfoot, it might actually be a lot harder to run. Not only might it be harder, it might be a lot more dangerous to run in this current weather. I'm taking that as a blessing in disguise. I'm taking that as a, maybe it was a good thing that I didn't have to go for a run today, or couldn't get to the run today. Maybe I prevented myself from getting a broken ankle by slipping on the ice. And to be fair, my ankles are a bit tight today, they are a bit sore, I need to stretch them out really. So that could have also posed a problem and potentially an injury risk. Hence why I'm taking it as a blessing in disguise that I couldn't go for a run today, or couldn't go for a run this morning. I still intend to go for a run because A, I need the half marathon training, B, I need the training in general because I've not exercised this week. Well, I lie, I exercised on Monday and I did my mobility training yesterday. But a part of me is also tempted to just do some more mobility training again today, just because I am feeling a bit stiff and sore. I'm not too sure why. So it's more of a trying to avoid injury. I don't think my body is in a good state to exercise right now. Again, I'm not too sure why. So I may just skip exercising today altogether and just enjoy a day with Jason. Or I might actually, I don't know, do a bit of exercise. I'm gonna see how I feel. If I'm in the mood to exercise, I'll exercise. If I'm in the mood to run, I'll run. If I'm not in the mood to do anything and I just want to get some video editing done, I might just do that. I'm not decided yet. This is one of the joys of life. Is sometimes that you just can't decide what to do. You can't decide what the right choice will be. Yes, Jinx, I can hear you. I can hear you want in. You coming in or not? Yes, no? You just wanted the door open. Cats. So yeah, I don't really know what to do today. I'm in two minds. We do need to go to Tesco today because I promised Jason that I was going to cook or attempt to cook today. I'm really bad at cooking. I'm really, really bad at cooking. I am not a good cook in any way, shape or form. I blame it on the fact that I wasn't allowed to do much cooking growing up. I was allowed to bake. I'm a very good baker. I'm not too bad at baking. Granted, I've not done it in a few years. I got a bit distracted. Quite often collect these little bits of toys so long as they've not been pooed on, they've not been touched or damaged in any way, shape, or say damaged. So long as they're still in good condition, they haven't been pooed on, they haven't had old food on them, I usually tend to collect bits like this and put them back either on top of the girls' cages, or I collect them in the hope that I can use them for toys in the future. And it's been driving me mad that I don't have a nice big container to put them in. I just remembered I have this old bird ball tub. So I'm actually going bird just fecking pooed on me. Look where she got me. What the Not impressed.
Ruffle, behave.
I can't believe she got me right on my watch.
What do you think? Should we get changed, walk over to Asda?
I still need to work out what I want to cook here. What do you mean walk over to Asda? I'm not walking to Asda.
Why not?
Fucking miles away.
Exactly, get some working for you.
Tesco, maybe. Asda, no.
What I think you should need to cook actually is a 3-course meal. So I'm expecting all the trims and possible food poisoning.
Possibly food poisoning is most accurate. So as I was saying, when it comes to like bits like this that are quite badly damaged, I don't use. When it comes to bits that are in more better condition, food on, not too badly destroyed and still quite chunky, I like to collect them because I can then use them in DIY toys, or I can use them for foraging, like filler for a toy. So they come in very, very handy when they're still quite solid. But before today, I was only using this little bag, and as you can see, it's not really being able to put much in there. It's not really being able to fill very much, so it's much easier to have it in something nice and big like this. I'm a bit nervous right now. So I can't cook to save my life. Like, I can cook very, very, very basic things, but I can't really like cook because I've never really been taught. I don't really follow recipes. It all gets very overwhelming for me. I've decided that any day I have a day off like today where Jason's also off, I'm going to try and cook. And I've had this plan in place since the start of January, but we've always had really busy weekends, so I've never had the chance. Now, today is actually the first time I've actually had a chance to try and cook something. So I've chosen a recipe from out of one of our cookbooks and I've gave it a go. It's a spinach lasagna, and I definitely didn't use enough spinach, but we've just finished cooking. Oh, it's just finished cooking in the oven. Jason helped me with some of the prep so that it wasn't too overwhelming for me, and we did it. We finally got it finished. It's just finished cooking in the oven, so we're going to go see what it looks like. So the cheese wasn't completely melted on top, so we think it might need a bit longer. So we're going to put it in for 5 more minutes on a slightly higher heat. I hope that it still cooks, or it doesn't overcook. Looks a bit better. To be fair, the cheese was meant to be great, so that's probably why it's not thingied as well.
Still needs to be left on.
I don't. I like to. Very cheesy.
That's my girlfriend.
Oh, thanks, Quaff. Very excited. I have never ever cooked anything like this in my life, and granted, it wasn't actually that hard. There was a lot of prep involved, and it's it's always the prep that does me in when it comes to cooking. It's the prep I can't stand. You tried it yet?
Yeah, all that cheese.
I did say there was a lot of cheese. There does need to be more spinach, to be fair. We definitely didn't, or I definitely didn't put enough spinach in. I misjudged how much spinach we got.
Definitely need the chicken to balance out.
This is actually really nice. Definitely needs more spinach. Possibly some broccoli or other veggies just to bulk it out a bit. And I think I put a bit too much pasta in. But it is nice. And having the chicken against it really helps. We'll definitely try again. Happy Sunday. What day am I up to? Day 56. I'm not well today. To be honest, I've not really been well all week. I think I mentioned this earlier in the video, but just in case I didn't. When we went to see Jason's family at the weekend, we found out that one of his family members actually had COVID. She tested positive for COVID on the Monday, and Jason's mum and dad both came down as positive for COVID, and Jason came down positive for COVID later in the week. And I have been having COVID symptoms since about Wednesday. And today is actually quite bad. I actually feel quite run down today. I'm constantly blowing my nose. My throat is killing me. I've got headaches coming on and off. My whole body aches. I'm coughing, yet I'm still testing negative for COVID, so I'm not too sure what's going on there. Whether or not I'm doing the test wrong or whether or not the COVID's in a different part of my body than my nose. But either way, I'm not particularly well. I wasn't particularly well yesterday, and I'm not particularly well today. So I've decided I'm gonna have a rest day from exercise in general because I don't want to overexert myself. I don't want to, at the moment, I'm just in too much pain. So what I'm gonna do today instead, while I have the day off, I am going to focus on trying to get my voiceover studio in a more usable condition. We're going to set up the thing I got from IKEA. We are also going to try and re-stick my new foam to the walls. I say retry because it's all fell down again. I can't believe. Oh shit, I've not got any sticky tape. I'm going to have to go out and get sticky tape. I could just glue it to the wall. That's probably a really bad idea. Either way, I need to try and work out a way to get the fecking stuff stuck on the wall. So we're going to do that. That is going to be our main focus today. Well, in fact, I actually need to prepare the foam. That's the annoying part. I actually need to set up the foam. I need to give it a chance to air. Might go do that first. So as you can see, it's stayed up well. In no way, shape or form. I'm not doing very well here, are we? I don't know why, no matter what I try, I just cannot get these things to stay up. Some of it has stayed stuck to the cardboard. Some of it has stayed stuck to the wall. Great. And it's like completely lost its sticky. And I also can't get it off the wall now. It's ridiculous. It's like, damned if I do, damned if I don't. It's just not coming off. I don't really know what to do anymore. So yeah, I need to get myself some more sticky tape. First and foremost, I need to air out my new foam. So I'm going to air out the new foam first. Not that you can see me. I'm going to air out my new foam first. I ended up going for the black and red one. I really badly wanted the blue one because blue's my favourite colour, whereas red is Jason's favourite colour. However, the red was cheaper, so I decided to end up going for the red one. But we need to aerify this, so let's go do that now. I'm going to do that in the bedroom where I've got a bit more space. Okay, so this is interesting. This is very different to the foam I got previously. This is actually telling me to soak them in water. What? I mean, if that's what you're meant to do, that's what you're meant to do. To the bathroom! We now have our foam laid out drying. I've actually got my other set of foam in the bedroom. Just in there, you can't actually see, it's too dark. But I've got all the foam laying out drying. I've opened the window so it's nice and ventilated. And I'm now going to go out, unfortunately. I was hoping not to leave the house today. I'm going to go out. The girls can hear me talking. Rule 101 of why not to get parrots. Yes, I can hear you. Anyway, I am going to go out and get some sticky tape. So hopefully get something a bit stronger to stick to those walls. And then when I get back, if they haven't dried, I'm going to get the hairdryer on them and blow dry them dry that way so that I can actually, I might just leave them and then put up the other thing. I've not decided yet. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I just know that I've got a lot of work still to do. I have been out. I have got the super sticky adhesive tape. I say super sticky adhesive tape. It's meant to be really, really strong. It's meant to be indoor and outdoor weatherproof so it can handle different types of temperature, and it's also water resistant and everything else. So if this doesn't freaking hold up the things, I don't know what will. I do also need to dry off the foam, but more importantly right now, I need to get something to eat because I haven't eaten yet and I really need to get some food. It's now 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I've only just finished eating because I was procrastinating like crazy. And there's freaking, oh no, it's a reflection. I keep thinking there's something on the lens. You're not having the camera. Oh yes, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon now. I've not long finished eating because I was procrastinating like crazy. I took the girls out. I ended up doing some gardening. I could not get myself to actually focus and do what I needed to do. Oh, quaff. Dust. Dusty. Yeah, you dusty. Yes, I actually need to go upstairs. I need to finish drying my foam and then I need to work on actually trying to get it up on the wall. I also need to try and get the old tape down off the wall, which will be fun. I've just spent about 10 minutes trying to dry these damn things and they're still quite damp, or say quite damp, they still have a bit of moisture in them. These are probably going to take at least 24 hours to dry. I'm going to leave them for 24 hours overnight to see if they can just dry themselves. Also, we put a new towel down. We'll have to find a way to try and stack them up. But instead of getting disheartened, like I usually do, and getting annoyed about the fact that it's not gone as planned, see how these red ones are doing. The red ones are slightly drier. Slightly, not by much. But instead of getting disheartened and getting annoyed about the fact that I have unsuccessfully been able to do that, I'm gonna make a start on this. So for anyone who's wondering what this is in the first place, I actually bought a essentially hanging rack, like a freestanding hanging rack, or a freestanding coat hanger wardrobe sort of thing. The idea being, most people getting into voice acting tell you to literally do it in a closet, do it in a cupboard, do it somewhere full of coats and stuff. I don't have one of those, and all my cupboards are, and all my closets are a bit off in this house. They're not somewhere I particularly want to set up a voice studio for many different reasons, but I'm not going to get into that right now. So I thought, if I can't have my own closet thing, set up a soundproofy sort of area, I'll fucking buy one. So that's what I've done. I've literally bought a rack to hang coats and clothes and all sorts on, specifically to try and dampen the sound around my voice area. Guys, like I said, the idea of this is sound dampening purposes, because I don't have a cupboard or a closet that I can hide in. This is going to be my version of a closet or a cupboard, so I'm hoping that having this here will dampen the sound when I do actually try and record. I'm hoping to actually put a bar up there at the top if I can, and then from the bar I'll actually have a thick blanket going over the top and draping on the back, so that should hopefully cover up more volume space. That's the hope anyway. Whether or not that'll work is another matter. That's the hope. That's how it's intended to work. Whether or not it works like that, I just don't know yet. And I've only used like jackets, like very soft jackets like this one. Very, very soft jackets. Hopefully. But yeah, hopefully this will dampen a lot of the sound and a lot of the echo in this room. Don't know whether or not it will. Hopefully it will. And now I just need to wait for my foam to dry. So I think I'm going to actually stick it in here while it dries overnight. And then hopefully I might have time to just attempt to put it up tomorrow. Or maybe get a shower. My hair feels awful.